Using cooperative learning, team management. In this series of videos I'm exploring different aspects of cooperative learning. Previously I've explored the model, team building, introduced you to a number of structures, and in the most recent set of tutorials I explained the 5 accepted critical elements of cooperative learning in physical education. In this next set of videos I'm going to explore some ideas I've developed over the years that have helped me introduce cooperative learning to new groups of students. I've already explored lesson 0 and starting slowly. Today I'm exploring team management. Please remember, however, that while these videos are scripted, they are captured in one take with no editing, so maybe a little rough and ready. Team management. No matter how hard you try, there is likely to be some interpersonal problems in your teams. You don't teach them every lesson, every week even, and there are so many things in these students' lives that can upset them and change their behaviour. This is not an affront to you, but it does mean that you have to be both proactive in trying to prevent problems and reactive in trying to limit problems and in finding solutions. The proactivity comes when you're forming teams. Avoid putting best friends and worst enemies in the same team. Best friends often find ways of being together which excludes the others. Worst enemies will often refuse to cooperate and may bicker and fight. Equally, either have equal numbers of boys and girls, or, if it isn't possible, then create a same-sex team. Unevenly gendered teams can create different imbalances. Some proactivity is obvious, others less so. Putting 2 high-achieving students in the same group may not seem like a problem, but can lead to competition and not cooperation as they vie to outdo one another and show you, their teacher, how much they are doing. Imagine having 2 workhorses, i.e. the students who either voluntarily or inadvertently carry more of their share of the work in one team. Whatever happens, it's important that you share your rationale for using teams. Kagan and Kagan suggest that students often listen to radio WIIFM or radio What's in it for me, and if they understand this, i.e. the benefits of teams, then they will be more willing to give teamwork a go. Reactivity comes when your proactive efforts bend or fail. As I said, you don't know what has happened outside of the 2% of waking time that physical education is for these students. Start by re-establishing your expectations. Give students a chance to work it out. This may require teammate, teacher, peer, or conflict resolution. This may not feel like PE, but it's part of the process of becoming cooperative. Forming new teams may be needed. If a student is very resistant to working on a team, or if students refuse to work together, then we need to take steps. One solution is a student exchange. The aim is to move as few a number of students as possible. Jo Bailey, in her use of cooperative learning, decided to put all her naysayers and habitual doubters together in one team to see what would happen. This served the purpose of freeing up the other teams from their doubting Thomases and Thomasinas, and allowed her to work on specific skills or elements with the doubters to help them develop. In summary, don't expect students to be put into cooperative learning teams and simply become cooperative. You need to work hard, proactively and reactively to manage the learning environment. This may mean changing your strategies a little to see if students can resolve problems, or finding ways of keeping disruption to a minimum. That said, this is all learning and development. Managing these situations are all part of young people learning about cooperation and trying it on for size, which ultimately is the purpose of cooperative learning. If you don't think it is, then maybe you're using the wrong pedagogical model. That's it for now. I hope it was worth your time. For more content, please visit my blog at www.peprn.com. Thanks.